what I feel. Well, I come from the land of misery. I'm not from here. Angels on the left side tell me, have no fear. Tell me your name. What's your name? Well, I come from the land of misery. I'm not from here. Angels on the left side tell me, have no fear. Tell me your name. What's your name?
Well, Rotten Cabal formed because Lee and I wanted to start a band. Lee Lake and I became friends about 4 years ago. He found Mr. Guitar Lessons. I teach guitar for a living. He came in with a Les Paul and $2,400 cash. Said, hey, here's I'm taking lessons for the year. I was like, holy crap, you're the first person that's ever paid me a year up front. He's like, that's how I roll, brother. He found out that guitar was a little bit more difficult than he anticipated. And then we became tight as a true bro. He told me to keep the money, and then he took off to Vietnam.
Yeah, I disappeared for a while on a spiritual journey, and I just didn't have the patience for the guitar. I've always loved singing, really, just like in the shower, in the car, at home, and that's kind of what I wanted to do. So I gravitated toward when I came back from Vietnam. I called up Mike again. I was like, hey, I want to sing in your studio because he got a badass studio. Guitars and drums and amps and bass guitar,
lights,
everything
and
you want. So it was like, because as a singer you're a little bit self-conscious or whatnot. So that was like my safe haven, where it was like a private karaoke session, if you will.
Yeah, and we started with Led Zeppelin songs, Ramble On, Immigrant Song. I realized really quick that Lee Lake has a voice. And I was like, from one practice to another, I think right around our second or third practice, I was like, man, you sound killer, man. Let's write an original. Yeah. So that song we performed, Tell Me Your Name, this was our first song that we made up together. And we thought that that'd be an appropriate way to break in Lee Lake as a musician, to show the world the ethos. The band starts and it began here, and this is the first song. So it's a pleasure, Troy, to sit before you and to create this idea and like, what are we going to do for Troy? So, on the way over here, Lee and I chose to package it this way for you and the world. Like how you and I met. You and I met at Humphreys with Zach Wild.
In the bathroom, bro.
In the bathroom. That's where we met. We were high-fiving. We saw each other in line. We just sort of, what it's like when you look at someone, you can tell you have things in common. We became friends. We watched a great rock show. And then I invited you in the very beginning in 2017. I created Theory Thursday. And I believe you're episode 17. So for all you guys out there, you can go to YouTube, Theory Thursday with Mike on YouTube. I have 160 episodes under my belt. Haven't done an episode since December. And what's going on with Theory Thursday? It's a great question, Troy. The truth is I've been, dealing with some health issues. I essentially, with my jaw and my teeth, and I don't want to get totally into it because I'm a little, I like to have some mystery and privacy going on here. But I had to have my jaw rebuilt. And so, when you're healing...
It looks good.
Thank you. It's a $10,000 build.
It's a strong
And,
job.
shit.
Yeah, it cost 10
Real
grand to
strong
rebuild my
job.
job. So that
Any gold? Is it gold plated at all or anything like that?
We're in a transitional state right now because the situation, it takes like a year to finish, to get to the end goal. And, having all your teeth replaced, it's a lot of money. So that takes a lot of wind out of my sails. I stopped doing the podcast because of surgeries and healing. And I was like, well, what am I going to do? I was like, well, we put this band together and, teaching a lot of guitar lessons, 30, 40 lessons a week. And then my lustrous social life, I'm only going to dedicate an amount of energy to either because managing Theory Thursday is daunting. You as a host, you know what it takes and what it's like to have a podcast and all the marketing and scheduling, schedule 3 to 6 to 8 weeks out. It's a lot of work. I love it. I'm very good at it. But you know what else I'm very good at? Writing songs and being a band member. And Rotten Cabal deserves 100% of my attention. And so those are your two reasons, everybody. Troy, Theory Thursday's been sidelined due to some health issues, and I'm more focused on being a musician. So I want to get back to Theory Thursday. I just don't know when.
And you will.
Yeah, thank you. And Lee Lake actually has helped out quite a bit, being involved with the later production. This guy can not only sing, but man, he can work a camera switcher like nobody's business. So I hope that wasn't too long of an answer, but it's certainly the truth.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Max Bergstrom from Avenue Army. My heart goes out to, we lost someone recently, Gabe Serbian, the drummer of many bands. I followed, that hard rock, post-punk era. There's a lot of musicians in town. We're very lucky to live in San Diego. Great musicians here, a lot of different styles. I've been fond of Max for many years. I'm also fond of Troy Cook and Ready, Set, Survive. So it's not blowing smoke. I just recognize talent, personality. It's a package, like I was explaining to Lee, when we create a band, rock and roll it's not only a style of music, but it's a culture. You can wear it, you can play it, you can...
It's an organism.
It's an organism, yes. Jovi Olivos. What is the name of her band? Anyways, big shout to Jovi, a big fan of her. I'm such a big fan of Jovi that I don't even know the name of her band. Also,
Artie's really good.
Artie Rodriguez, 20-year-old guitar player. He plays for Randy. Excellent guitar player. Maybe my boys in Sprung Monkey.
Yeah.
I've always been fond of them. I was a guitar tech. A lot of people don't know this. I was a guitar tech for them in ¡99. Went on the road with them. Got food poisoning, and Al Guerra had to fly me home. So my whole week of earnings I had to spend on on my plane fare home. And the good old boys from Sprung Monkey nicknamed me Rigatoni.
That's a good name.
Because of projectile vomit in Spartanburg, South Carolina.
Wow. Love those guys.
I do too.
We just played the holding company with them last year. It was rad.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, it was very cool.
I would probably say John Bonham. So my ideal dream would be to see Guns N' Roses opening up for Led Zeppelin, both original lineups. I could die happy.
There you go.
I would like Edward Van Halen to still be alive.
Oh, that's okay.
2020, right?
Always one up in me.
All of us were able to be alive while a modern day Pavarotti walked before us. The guy not only wrote great songs, created tone, and a way to play guitar. So not many guitar players, he was the only guitar player that did that. There is another, guitar player from Boston. He was more on the scientific end where he created amplifiers. But, as rad as he is, Edward Van Halen.
I'll just say, me personally, I just, it's that drum beat that always it gets me as a singer where I know when to come in on cue. Not to say that I don't with the guitar, but even Neil Peart, when he died, it was, I don't know. I would say John Bonham,
I think that makes sense as a singer.
Right,
you know,
right.
You
Like
wait
I
for
just,
those sticks to
I
click.
can just feel the beats, or when to come in. It's like a map. I follow the map of the drummer.
That's a fun question. It seems the answers change or vary a little bit every year. I love rock, metal, and jazz. So, first and foremost, I love my boy Slash. Okay, I love Eddie, but jazz. There's some jazz guys that have really affected me. Wes Montgomery, Pat Martino, love Kevin Eubanks. But let's bring it back to like some names that we do know, like Randy Rhoads, Steve Ray Vaughan. These are the guys that have made me want to be a rocker. I wanted to like play guitar and be like, wow, that's like being a wizard and a sex symbol all wrapped into one. So I can't believe I just said that. But yeah,
Truth.
I really love Vivian Campbell from Dio. He's actually like my favorite guitar player.
I'm not a big Poison fan. Or no, I'm gonna take that back. Bon Jovi. Final answer, 100%. I fuck Bon Jovi, dude.
As a music teacher, I struggle answering this question because I have such an appreciation for artists,
right.
And I teach, and I'm influenced. Whether it's students or a girlfriend, I get influenced by quite a bit of music. I probably would have said Nirvana a year ago.
Wow, really?
I would say Bon Jovi. He's a fucking sellout. I don't like Bon Jovi at all.
Lee's still going off about Bon Jovi.
So I
Write it down. Put this on the final. Put this on the final cut.
I can tell
Fuck
you why
Bon
he's saying
Jovi.
that.
Where's the camera at?
I'll tell you why he's
Fuck
saying
Bon
that.
Jovi, dude.
This is why Lee is saying F Bon Jovi.
I just don't like
We
John
were
Bon
hanging out-
Jovi.
I'm going to remind you why you're saying this.
Okay.
We were hanging out the other night, and I was a little lit, and I was being boisterous. Slash is our main dude. I said, I know a guy who can play circles around Slash, and this guy, the big guy, he got pissed at me.
I didn't get
He's
pissed.
like, what are you talking about?
I just disagree.
You disagreed, very passionately. And I was like, his name is Phil X. And for all you that know who Phil X is, the guy's a monster on guitar. It's understating his skills, and he is the guitar player of Bon Jovi.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to go on a limb and say I did not know he was a guitar player, Bon Jovi. I'm talking about Bon Jovi, or whatever the hell his real name is, John Bon Jovi. I don't like Bon Jovi. It has nothing to do with Phil X. It has nothing to do with that conversation the other night. I just don't respect Bon Jovi. I don't like him. Fuck him. Is that bad? Is that bad to say?
Of course not.
Okay.
I asked the question. We had to retire Nickelback and Imagine Dragons. They both got brought up way too much.
I'll give you Nickelback. That was a good one, too. I'd put John Bon Jovi right around Nickelback.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
We are in the middle of recording, and it can be a daunting process. So we're gonna do about 4 songs. We're gonna release it, on the major platforms. Shout out to DistroKid for giving us a lot of options with having a publishing account.
We got guitars and we got some drums back from like late December, early January.
Yeah.
We just have to put the vocals to them and kind of go from there.
And then we're gonna get Jeff Allen Berkeley to do the mixing.
Awesome.
Yeah. And we are going to position ourselves to be nominated for Best Rock Song at San Diego SDMA for 2023. And we're excited about that. We're a force to be reckoned with.
For those newbies maybe that want a San Diego Music Award, how do you position yourself for something like that?
You do have to have a band. You have to record. You have to experience that tumultuous situation, or depending on how rehearsed you are, you record, you sort your tracks, you mix, you get it mastered, and then you submit your music to Tim Piles or Bart Mendoza. There's a couple different. Those are probably your 2 ways to get noticed or to get your music looked at and listened to. And then Tim Piles has a really neat Sunday night show from 7 to 10 called the local, what is it called?
Loudspeaker.
Loudspeaker, that's right. So anybody that's one here in town will get interviewed and played on that show, and that is the caveat to get nominated.
There you go.
That's the springboard.
That's the springboard.
Yeah.
And big shout out to Bart Mendoza for being our publicist. A lot of the reason why our town knows about me is because of Bart. He's written over 6 articles on my career, whether it be the teaching career, Mr. Guitar Lessons, Theory Thursday, or what it takes to be a successful guitar player in town, and fusing both those elements in a separate article. So thank you, Bart, for always being there for me.
Cool. Lastly, I have to give you some love. You're over here. You're under my palapa. Guys like you inspired this, Palapalooza.
That's nice to hear.
Dusty Futon, too, and there's a couple other podcasts, but I consider you the godfather of San Diego music podcast, dude.
That's too kind, Troy.
You know what I mean?
How about the Podfather?
Hey,
That's a good
you've
one.
thought about this.
That's a good one.
So thanks for all the time you've put into supporting local music, dude. I know it was and is a big passion. I want to see you continue, dude, for sure.
Thank you. Since you said that, I feel what's the word? Invigorated?
Invigorated.
Yeah.
Energized.
Or energized, inspired. I shall bring Theory Thursday back. Thanks, Troy. A pleasure. Hey, thanks for having
you, Troy.
Lee
Thank
and I
you.
out. I mean, this backyard, this environment's very beautiful.
That's a beautiful place.
I feel very peaceful and also creative sitting here.
Take us out with something. You know what? I'm not even tracking you, but it's fine. Mike and Lee, Rod and Cabal, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for being here.
Grazie.
Yep.